Next is from Les Giesman, and the subject is Dave Meltzer's Randy Orton comments. Another week, I'm not going to say the word for I will say another comment from Dave Meltzer.
I'll take care of it.
This week is about Randy Orton. It's been well known that Dave Meltzer reports his opinions instead of facts. Problem with that is opinions can be wrong. For example, some people think that Johnny Cash is bad and the Backstreet Boys is the best thing of all time. They're wrong. They can think how they want, but they're wrong. So this week, Meltzer dropped this soon-to-be wrestling classic. It's on Twitter. Let me see here what this tweet is. Dave said Randy Orton was never the drawing card that Omega, Danielson, and Tanahashi were. Thoughts. All right. Randy Orton is headline WrestleMania. Randy Orton has gone viral from the RKO stuff. Kenny Omega is popular about Marks, only Marks, and no one else but Marks. Conan, I get that Meltzer's your friend, but this is a fifth or sixth nails in Meltzer's credibility coffin. You have to stop using his words as credible sources. Disco, you're great at this stuff. What's your take on this? I'll start. First of all, we categorically talk about things Dave says. So Dave, I'm not gonna discredit Dave Meltzer like holistically because like he says things I disagree with and like could probably be proven inaccurate. Dave is just different. He's in this different bubble than like guys like us are. He's like he likes Japanese wrestling. He watches all the matches. He watches all the shows. He watches and there's not a large audience that does that. So when he tries that in the masses and that conversation is like we kind of don't really know exactly what you're talking about because like the evidence that we see does not point to that. They're like these guys are like bro, Randy Orton during a period of time when they do the metrics and stuff, everything when he had the belt, they were always above water like ratings wise. Like you can take my word on this. I read something about this like a stats, but he was always a good like decent champion. Like they didn't lose business when Randy Orton had the belt, so it's like
what was that question? I didn't understand it.
I guess Dave thinks that Randy Orton is like not even on par with these guys. It's not on par like
as a draw, I guess, right?
As a draw, bro. Like
just look up their numbers.
But this is the thing. This is what Dave needs to understand. This is what Dave needs to understand. Dave, you can't compare guys like that have never been in the WWE system to the guys in the WWE system. They have to go to the WWE system to prove what their value was in the big picture because the WWE has been the number one organization in the world for God knows how many years. So it's like if you want to compare Randy Orton to Kenny Omega, Okada, bro, Okada and them have to come wrestle in WWE so we can make the comparison.
What also says
because there's tons of American wrestlers, tons that have gone to Japan and gotten over as top guys repeatedly, even more so than maybe the Japanese guys. Like you could argue that the American wrestlers are more over than the Japanese wrestlers when they go to Japan. When the guys know how to fuse the American style with the Japanese style. But bro, AJ was on top. Before he went to WWE, AJ was on top in Japan before he came to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's all you got. Like, I would suggest Randy Orton might be on top if he went to Japan.
Yeah,
but I would not argue that like Kenny Omega, Ishii, and
Tanahashi.
and Tanahashi are going to be on top in WWE. That'll never happen, So it's like it's a weird argument. He makes an argument like that, and I don't know if he's actually even thought of it from that perspective, because he likes Jap. He doesn't like, bro. Dave, I think of Dave. A perfect example: the Wrestling Observer Awards at the end of the year. The people that read Dave Meltzer's publication voted that SmackDown was a worse show than AEW Dark. So Dave's perspective on this is just very. It's different. I'm not even going to criticize it. I'm just going to say
but he didn't vote on it. The fans did.
Yeah,
but they voted, but they're his readers. But my thing is like, me and you will both agree. We look at this business completely different than Dave does. You're interested in his. I'm interested in him.
Yeah.
In his reporting and stuff and him. But like when he tries to like pontificate on things like this, it's like his perspective is just way different than ours. We've been in the ring, in the middle of the ring, at shows with 15,000 people in the arena that did 6.4s on things, and like we felt the energy in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like we know what gets over and what doesn't get over, and what draw, and what because we felt it. We've been there. Something he's never done that, and I think that's the difference in the perspective here. Would you agree with that?
On some things yes, some things no.
Yeah.